Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I have with me National Sadr Lajna Canada Nadia Mahmood Saiba and Naib Nazme Ala Volunteer Management Sadia Malik Sahiba. Jazakallah for taking the time to join us today. I know it's been a very, very busy day and welcome.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Alaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Alaikum salam rahmatullah. So I'll start with you, Sadr Saiba. How is Jalsa going this year?
Alhamdulillah, it's good. Obviously, last year we were in Bradford, which was a phenomenal experience. The first time that we had Jalsa outside. We have oftentimes had Jalsa here at International Center for the last 20 years or so. So I think it's been a little bit of a shock, I think, to have to come back here for some members and for some of us to know that we have to be back here again. So there's a little bit of hiccups in terms of just trying to manage the amount of people that are coming.
Yeah.
It's a good problem.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, yesterday on the ladies' side, we had almost 9,000 members come, which in our history has never happened on a Friday before. So this was new for us, and so we've made some adjustments, and we're hoping that our ziyafat and moving the crowds is a little bit better today.
Yeah. And what has the attendance been like?
It's about 9,000, so we're expecting more than 10,000 today.
Mashallah,
Yeah.
mashallah. We usually see the second day is a little bit higher than the first,
Gee.
but even the numbers that you're talking about on the first day were around 9,000. That's quite a lot.
Absolutely, it was historic yesterday.
Yeah.
I think we were quite shocked ourselves and very grateful too that members did come out.
Yes,
On the very first
absolutely.
day.
You mentioned just now, managing people's expectations. What has the feedback been like? Have you received any feedback?
We have, we did make some significant changes this year because as I've mentioned, for so long we had Jalsa here. There was a set pattern. The rooms were set in a certain way.
Yeah.
You knew where children's area and seniors dining was. But taking into consideration the large volume of members that came last year and anticipating the number that were coming this year, the Jamaat felt that we needed to move things around a little bit.
Yeah.
So that, I think, it's the first day hiccups
It is.
when it's new and trying to
Yeah.
figure out. So, everyone's eating the same hall, which hasn't happened for a long time.
Yeah.
Children's hall is in a different area. So that, I think, was a little bit of a learning curve for everybody.
Yeah. And the first day often is, and then things sort of settle down once people know what to expect, where to
Yes.
go, and all of that. So what are some key priorities that Lajna Maila's sort of focused on this year to ensure that attendees do have a smooth and spiritually uplifting experience?
We wanted to make sure that members got the message about the changes as well.
Yeah.
So we put the effort in to create a map, get the messaging out to members where the new amenities will be. Also having teams ready to help members usher them from one area to the next because they wouldn't really know where to go.
Yes.
They haven't been in these halls before.
Yeah.
And of course we have a few new departments. One of them is a Nau-Mubaiya experience.
Yeah.
So there's a dedicated department just to cater to the needs of our new converts. Also, we wanted to ensure that our volunteers, their Jalsa experience as well, is smooth and more organized. So I know you'll be speaking to
Yeah.
our Naib
Yes,
Nazme Allah for
yes.
volunteer management. That's a new department,
Yes.
including a proper rest area for members. And one nice thing that the Jamaat did this year was to give us the bazaar outside. So that's never happened here at International Center
Yes.
before.
Yes.
So helping members to get outside and get in and enjoy the bazaar. In the past, it's been very congested and very tiny, just a few stalls. But because they're outside this year, it's a proper bazaar.
Yeah.
So I think members are enjoying that aspect of it.
Yeah,
It's a new
yes.
experience from that perspective.
Yes, certainly, and I think it also gives so many an opportunity to showcase, their businesses or their crafts, etc.,
Yes.
and for people to see them. Have there been any areas of improvements that you've seen? I know you've said so. There's these challenges as well, but any growth that you've seen, this year as compared to last year?
I think last year was, it set the bar quite high.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of new things that happened last year. So coming back to International Center also meant, in some ways, coming back to our old ways and trying to change things as well for the larger crowd. We are pretty much growing out of this space now. So improvement-wise, I think it was just trying to make sure our communication is top-notch amongst the management, amongst the organizers and the volunteers, so that members aren't troubled in any way and they're able to move quickly around Jalsa.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a challenge every time. Let me talk to Sadia Saiba. This is a new department that you have this year. Mashallah, you're serving as the Naib Nazme Ala Volunteer Management. How many volunteers do you have this year?
This year, I don't know if it's comparable to last year, Sadia Saiba can tell us that, but we have almost 2,000 volunteers serving across different departments at Jalsa Salana.
Mashallah.
And managing them, of course, it's a very tedious job, I would say, because we are the first one in the morning to make sure they're all registered. And before all that, before Jalsa, the pre-planning, the preparation we were doing was we were making sure that all of our volunteers know, all the volunteers know that they need to do daily registration, because this is something new. They haven't done it before.
Yeah.
The only registration before was done at the gates. Now they come in and they come into volunteer management and do another registration. So that was communicated very well. And it is not just check-in. Our department kind of became, the volunteers come and they do their check-in, and they also feel like there's a space now dedicated for the volunteers.
Yeah.
So it's not just accountability, who came and who didn't come, but it is also, if they need any help, they know there is a dedicated room for them. They can come to us.
Yeah, it's that added layer of support that they need so that they can support the guests of Jalsa Salana. So how early did you begin to prepare for your department?
Okay, as soon as our volunteers were approved for volunteer management, we started having meetings. I think it was a month ago, Saiba, yes, I think, and our first meeting was with National Saiba in depth about, because it is a new department, what it curtails to, what we need to do, how to prepare, and it was very in-depth, in detail. And then we had 2 more training sessions with IT department, because it requires a lot of registration and monitoring of volunteers, adding them, removing them, depending on how, which department they are in, dividing them in categories, subcategories. And after the 3 in-depth sessions, we had little training sessions among 4 departments, 4 sub-departments that are within volunteer management. We have registration, we have badges, we have accessories, and rest area.
Wow, mashallah. So how do you keep everything? I know you mentioned IT. Do you have any other sort of systems or tools that you use to kind of keep everything organized, like now, day to day, now that you're in Jalsa?
So I'm just going to go back to IT again, because they have, alhamdulillah, the IT team under Saiba supervision. They are phenomenal.
Yeah.
They have made this document for us, which has all the volunteers in it, and they have created tabs.
Yeah.
All we need is a member code. We go in, their name pop-ups, all the information is there. But of course, it is a new department, and every day sometimes volunteers' information is missing, and we have extra tabs set within that document, and we are adding a lot of stuff daily on it. Other organization would be, we are communicating with each other in different chat groups. We have made sub-chat groups for each department within volunteer management, and communicating all the details, updates, whatever comes to us. We make sure all of our volunteers are on the same page.
So what kinds of feedback have you been receiving now from volunteers, like since yesterday?
Okay, yesterday was our first day.
Yeah.
So in the beginning it was very hectic, because we realized a lot of departments will start their shift simultaneously.
Okay.
So we had hundreds of volunteers lined up to be registered. It was nerve-wracking at that time, but alhamdulillah, the volunteers showed a lot of patience. And as we registered them, we realized they need information as well. This is something I discussed with Sir Saba as well. In future, maybe we'll have a information hub as well there.
Yeah.
A booth for information
Yeah.
for volunteers, because for a lot of volunteers, International Center is a new place.
Yeah.
They don't know where to go.
Yeah.
So after we register them, give them badge and accessories, we give them, we show them the map, how to get to where their duty is,
Yeah.
how to find their NASMA, which section they need to go to.
Yes.
So
Yeah, yeah. I think it's just all about that learning curve that you're talking about. It is a new addition, it's a new department, and people are, whereas definitely benefiting from it, but this is how you kind of learn and go through the challenges.
Absolutely, and I think one of the things we were just talking about right now is one of the blessings that we immediately saw today was we had many members come yesterday that hadn't previously registered to volunteer, so they wanted to join. So Baji and her team, they had a separate list going. I took their cell phone numbers down, and then today, reached out to all the Nazmat and said, okay, where were you short yesterday?
Yeah.
And so alhamdulillah, members that I think in the past would have walked away and not had a chance to serve, were able to serve today.
That's
so they're
amazing.
on duty right now.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
alhamdulillah.
wonderful. So coming back to you then, Saba, what are some events or activities that Lajna Maila has been involved with in the past year?
Alhamdulillah, it's been a fantastic year, and by the grace of Allah Ta'ala, there's been a wide variety of activities that we've been able to do this year. Some new ideas as well. For example, in December, our Nasrat were able to go on a field trip. This was a regional event that happened across Canada. It's a social event, and we wanted to increase the friendship amongst the Nasrat. So one major issue we've seen post-COVID is the socialization aspect for girls growing up. For some of them, they missed out on it during the lockdown. So we're trying to rectify that as quickly as we can and get those friendships going again, that connection with the Jamaat and with Khilafat. So one of the ideas to do that was this field trip. After Ramzan, the regions also held an Eid Milan party with girls 18 to 25, and alhamdulillah, the feedback for that has been phenomenal, and I would give a shout out to all the regional teams because they did a fantastic job with this. It was a social event, the girls got dressed up, and they really enjoyed themselves. We also did a Lajna youth camping trip recently, so took about 30 Lajna youth an hour and a half north of Batul Islam. And again, focus was on sisterhood and talking about their day-to-day issues. Outside of that, we did some great efforts in Sanat al-Dastagari as well. We had our National Mina Bazaar, which hasn't happened for a few years since COVID. Alhamdulillah, that was a phenomenal event. We had almost 90 private vendors. Members really enjoyed that event. And we've also held a art competition, and it's ongoing. So at the local level, based on a topic that we gave them, members were invited to create any art piece, any media piece, but on the topic of the beauty of Haya. So it was a painting, embroidery, whatever they felt that topic meant to them. And at the local level, they had a blind voting competition, and whoever came first then moved on to the region. And at the regional Ijtima, they did the same thing. So now from each region, we have one beautiful art piece that will be displayed at an art exhibition at the upcoming National Ijtima.
Oh, that's amazing.
And so we'll do two types of voting. One will be a popular vote, and one will actually have, we have mashallah some amazing artists amongst Lajna, so they'll do proper judging on the merit of it. So we're looking forward to that.
That's really amazing, mashallah, mashallah. That's been a lot of activity and a lot of very new initiatives that we haven't seen before implemented this past year. Is there a message you'd like to give to the Lajna who haven't been able to join us this year at Jalsa Salana?
We do miss seeing them. I know everyone has their reasons for why they may not have been able to come, but the biggest thing that we can ask for them is to pray for the success of Jalsa Salana. Sometimes I think we forget that in Canada we have the freedom to announce that we're Ahmadi. We have the freedom to hold these amazing events, and sometimes we take that for granted. There are many members here at Jalsa Salana. This is the first time that they're experiencing Jalsa Salana. It is so humbling to meet those members. It really puts you in your place and really makes you realize that astaghfar and shukr should be on our lips all the time. This is a very big blessing of Allah Ta'ala.
Indeed, indeed. Jazakallah to both of you for your time. Just sending it over to the ladies' Jalsa now.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and welcome to the 47th Jalsa Salana, Canada. We are here live from the Jalsa Gah, from the ladies' side. Alhamdulillah, we just wrapped up with our second session this morning, and now our guests are making their way over to the Langar Khana. Now, we have a lot of things planned for you. When you think about Jalsa, you think about everything that has to do with Allah Ta'ala, with Khilafat, with your own spiritual rejuvenation. So now we will be talking about our volunteers. Countless volunteers have been setting up this Jalsa since months, if not weeks, and they have been working day in and out, from ziyafat, cleanliness to security, and everyone has been working very, very hard. Now, what we need to remember is that the entire Jalsa proceeding is done with meticulous care. After lunch, we will be going into our Lajna session, which is made with a lot of care for the women of our Jamaat. Now, how do you go about scouting the talents, the presenters for the speeches? This is what we will be seeing next.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Basma Sajid and I have the humble opportunity to serve as the Nazma program Lajna for Jalsa Salana Canada 2025. Alhamdulillah, regarding the preparation for the Jalsa Salana program, it starts fairly early on. Once the theme of the Jalsa Salana is finalized, our first task is to choose selected verses of the Holy Quran as well as selected couplets of the poem of the promised Messiah ﷺ that go with this theme. Once those are finalized, we send out a Google form with all the relevant information for Lajna members to submit their recordings for the various segments of the Lajna program. Alhamdulillah, this year we've received 140 responses from Lajna members all across the GTA for the various segments of the Lajna program. These sections of the program are then divided and sent to those Lajna members who are qualified to review the submissions and approved by respected National Sadr Sahiba to do so. Once the submissions are reviewed, 5 names are shortlisted from each of these segments, and respected National Sadr Sahiba will personally review each of those submissions, and a final presenter will be selected, as well as a backup presenter in the case that our original presenter is unable to present on the day of. I think as the Nazma program, my favorite part of the program selection process is calling these selected presenters because when you inform them that they have been selected, the first words that come out of their mouth are Alhamdulillah, and you can hear the passion in their voice. And they are requested to write a letter to beloved Hazur and to continuously pray for themselves as well by offering 2 nawafils on a daily basis. It's very important for our Lajna members to not only be good presenters, but to be spiritually connected to what they're presenting as well. And Alhamdulillah, I've seen that all the presenters are able to do this. So on the day of Jalsa Salana, the presenters are again focused on praying for themselves, and you can see this, and I've been able to witness this throughout the preparation phase as well. And it is a sacred responsibility and a big responsibility to be able to present at the Jalsa Salana, such a blessed convention. It's important for them to not only present with their voice and be good presenters, but to present with sincerity and humility and with prayer. And they have the prayers of beloved Hazur Ayyadullah Ta'ala bin Nasir Aziz behind them as well. And it is my prayer that when they step on stage, they not only present in the best manner possible, but they're able to touch the hearts and souls of all the attendees. And this is in essence the goal of the Jalsa Salana, a blessed convention that the promised Messiah ﷺ had established for the spiritual reformation of all those who attend. That is our goal with the program as well.
Welcome back, viewers. We are back in the ladies' Jalsa Gah. This year we have, as I mentioned, very interesting things that Nau-Mubaiya Canada has planned, and one of those things is the new initiative of having the Nau-Mubaiya experience. And with me, I have today the Nazima Nau-Mubaiya experience, respected Sara Sherki Saiba, who will be telling us more about this new initiative. So, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Welcome. So, tell me more about this initiative. What is it? How was it implemented? And how do you welcome the new sisters in the fold of Ahmadiyya?
Okay, so Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah, this new initiative has been created by Sadr Saiba, by the guidance of Sadr Saiba. And the point is to help, uplift, and guide our new sisters in the community, the new members, the new converts, help guide them and not let them feel alone when they come maybe for the first time to Jalsa Salana. So we know that Jalsa is a very powerful spiritual event. We are used to it, but these members, they come from different backgrounds. They are they are not, maybe they have not experienced the same thing before. So we are here to support them and accompany them along the 3 days. So that's the point, actually. It's out of love, care, and consideration for their unique journeys.
Absolutely. Well, because when you think about it, all these people come from different backgrounds, right? They have different stories, and the purpose of Ahmadiyyat is really to unite them and unite them under the umbrella of Khilafat and to show them that Islam is really a universal religion, right? So in this huge gathering, they might feel a bit intimidated. So how do you ensure that they feel welcome and comfortable?
So that's true. Actually, we created a dedicated team of volunteers who accompany the Nau-Mubaiya from the registration to dining and throughout the 3 days. So they accompany them, sit with them, explain Jalsa proceedings to them in simple terms, explain sometimes some customs that maybe they are not familiar with, such as flag rising. I had a Nau-Mubaiya yesterday ask me, why do you do flag rising? So I explained it to her, and also it's an opportunity for them to bond. So we created spaces for them where they can sit together, for example, while dining or at the guest reception area, where they can discuss, share stories, and ask their questions freely. So we notice many incidents where really we feel that we're learning through what they're asking us. So it's really an empowering experience for all of them. And what I want to say to all sisters who are new converts, don't be intimidated. You are not alone in your journey. Come along. We are going to help you, and we're here to support you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love how you said that it's a bonding experience, it's sisterhood, right? It's something, it's like a new life that they're gaining, right? It's a spiritual new life, and we're here to support them along the way, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullah asnal jaza. So viewers, as you could see, Ahmadiyyat is really a universal, Islam Ahmadiyyat is a universal religion, and it unites us all. Now, when we talk about uniting, we don't only talk about uniting our new sisters in the fold of Islam Ahmadiyyat, but we also put a lot of emphasis on the education of our youth. We have a very special documentary prepared for you, which is on the Ahmadiyya Elementary School.
As the morning light spreads over the city, these elementary school students start their day.
हम अहमदी बच्चे हैं, कुछ करके दिखा देंगे, शैतान की हुकूमत को दुनिया से मिटा.
Here, the day does not just start with the ring of a bell. It begins with a sense of purpose. Every morning, their journey of learning starts with the name of their creator, Allah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
This is not just any school. This is Ahmadiyya Muslim School, where education meets faith and values guide learning. At the heart of this mission is the wisdom of our beloved Khalifa, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, may Allah be his helper, the head of the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim community.
The Holy Quran itself has signified the importance of education by teaching the prayer. the "O my Lord, increase me in knowledge." Since it was founded in 1889, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community has always promoted education amongst its members.
His words inspire and guide the vision of the Ahmadiyya schools, emphasizing excellence in both religious and secular education. The establishment of the Sanctuary of Learning traces back to a pivotal year in Ontario's educational landscape.
The ongoing debate over Ontario's sex ed curriculum heated up again today.
These parents say their kids will not return to class next week.
Not because of labor problems, but because they're still angry and opposed to the province's sex education curriculum.
Respect all the religions, all the values, all the cultures.
And many parents are promising to keep their kids home this fall unless changes to this curriculum are made.
On February 23, 2015, Ontario introduced a revised sex ed curriculum that sparked widespread debate and concern among parents and communities.
In 2015, the Ontario Ministry of Education introduced an updated Human Development and Sexual Health curriculum, which was much more explicit than the previous one. And this caused an uproar and protests among families all across the province. Ahmadi families themselves were deeply concerned about exposing their young children to a curriculum that didn't align with Islamic values.
For the Ahmadi Muslim community and many others, the introduction of the government's new human development curriculum was seen as misaligned with their values and, in their view, inappropriate for young children. While the community had long envisioned creating educational institutions to equip future generations with strong religious and moral foundations, this development served as a catalyst, accelerating their efforts to establish a school where children could learn in an environment that reflected and respected their beliefs. This is the story of a community's enduring commitment to preserving its values through education.
So the school was created to allow Ahmadi students to have not only a comprehensive secular education, but also religious education, while also having the flexibility to tailor the health curriculum to align with Islamic values and also to be age appropriate.
The Jamaat has strived to provide access to quality education by building more than 600 elementary schools worldwide.
The transition from public school to Ahmadi Elementary School was not hard for me at all. Everybody was really kind, helping, and cooperative. Nobody made me feel left out at all, even though for them I was a new student and they had been there for way longer than me. When I was first coming, I was actually pretty scared about, the main point was friends, because I didn't think I would know a lot of people. But people who were at the school, I knew them from before because of the Jamaat, which helped me a lot with making friends.
The establishment of the Ahmadiyya Elementary School in Mississauga proved to be a resounding success, leading to a growing demand for expansion of the pilot school project from parents facing similar concerns across Canada. Alhamdulillah, in just a few short years, the Jamaat was able to open a second location nearly 3,300 kilometers away from Mississauga in Calgary, Alberta. Inaugurated on November 15, 2020, the Calgary Ahmadiyya Muslim School welcomed its first 15 students and 3 full-time teachers to its new premises in the Beit Nur Mosque complex.
The school was established with the mindset that we would provide an education to our students with an Islamic perspective. And we had to go through several application processes with Alberta Education. And since its inception, we have been able to get some grants from Alberta Education to support our learners. However, those grants are very limited, so financial constraints have been something that we have been overcoming over the course of the years. Since then, we've also been trying to recruit teachers that are from the Ahmadi faith.
Running these institutions at optimum performance levels cannot happen without the dedication of hardworking staff members. A distinct advantage these schools have is that some of the staff members have committed their own lives to the service of others.
When I was a child, my parents dedicated me to Waqf-e-Nau, so I grew up understanding that I am here to serve a greater purpose. And so when I graduated high school, I was always looking for opportunities that would help me serve the Jamaat, and teaching was my calling. That's what I felt Allah was guiding me towards in my heart. Then when I graduated from university, I did work in a different private school, but that was the first year private school too. And I feel like Allah put me in that position as well, so I could learn from how they were running. After I left that school, I joined the board. I helped set up this school, and alhamdulillah, I was able to help.
I didn't have any concerns applying to AMS or working at the mosque. And that's because AMS is a faith-based school. I believe that faith had value to who we are. And so it's important for me as a teacher to make sure that my students, they bloom where they are planted.
Despite the challenges, or perhaps even because of them, the school holds immense value to parents and students alike who recognize the need for institutions like these. Indeed, some are making big sacrifices to attend.
The biggest one for us was to make the decision to move to Calgary because we were living in another city, and it was, we were settled there. My husband had a good job, but then we were also noticing that children were learning things in school that did not align with Islamic teaching, and they were coming home with information that was not age appropriate for them.
Alhamdulillah, I did not face any big challenges, but a small challenge I faced was that I had to wake up a little earlier for the bus. But it was actually pretty beneficial for me because it helped me with my routine even on the weekends. Another problem I faced was that the bus ride was a little longer, so we were a little bored in the beginning, but after a while we knew that we should do something in the bus, so we started working, doing homework, or just we had more time to talk to each other.
For many parents, the Ahmadiyya Muslim school serves as a crucial link, supporting them in passing on Islamic values to their children and ensuring that the next generation has all the necessary knowledge they need to flourish in the future.
One of the things that we're able to offer to our students at Ahmadiyya Muslim School is an Islamic studies program in our curriculum. So in addition to the math, science, social studies subjects that they also have religious studies every day for about 45 minutes. Being situated at Bait Nur Mosque, one of the other great blessings for our students is that they're able to take part in Zohar and sometimes Zohar and Asr prayers in congregation.
I don't have to play the catch-up game anymore. My kids are able to acquire Islamic foundation and values from the elementary school.
The Ahmadiyya School in Mississauga has an educational board, which offers guidance and support on Islamic teachings and values, both in theory and in practice.
Our school board is comprised of 6 members, including our chairman. They each bring a unique and valuable perspective. They play an essential role in long-term planning, in hiring, in curriculum development, and procuring resources for both the curriculum as well as technology. And they also are involved in the long-term planning, for example, improving school spaces and making them more functional for students and for teachers. In July 2024, the school underwent extensive renovations, and the upstairs was completely demolished and restructured and reorganized.
Mostly, we just like playing tag because it's like a basic game, but sometimes when we're tired, we just sit down and talk. But that's the thing, that we don't have any space to sit.
Something that they have been looking into is how to expand the existing school and how to make it a little bit more friendly for the students, especially for the outdoor space, and more useful for students.
While the council and the board continue to support the school at large, the students, on the other hand, are provided ample opportunities to learn about science and technology.
As per the guidance of beloved Hazur, our students at Ahmadiyya Muslim School focus heavily on STEM-based learning, so that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So students have lessons that are supported by Capstone, which is an engineering academy here in Calgary. We have a strong partnership with them, and they come to our school and provide weekly lessons to our students for 45 minutes, where students get to explore and build hands-on things based on the different topics that they're learning about. In addition to that, our students also had the opportunity to take part in a week-long project where they had coding opportunities and were able to build a robotic arm that was functioning through the codes that they put in.
In addition to providing cutting-edge education, the Ahmadiyya schools also ensure that the provincial curriculum is thoroughly covered. Balancing faith and modern educational requirements, the school thoughtfully addresses challenging subjects like health and sexuality, offering a shelter amidst the storm of societal pressures.
Our government in Alberta requires us in public schools as well as private schools to get parental consent before we teach very specific content like human sexuality and even religion. So our school does the same because we are required by law to do it. Furthermore, we make sure that the students are segregated, and when we do talk to them about those topics, then it has to be from an Islamic perspective, and it has to be something appropriate for their age.
Beyond its focus on providing a safe space to grow spiritually and academically, Ahmadiyya Muslim School also provides a variety of extracurricular activities that enrich the student experience. The schools offer a variety of clubs covering arts and sports, as well as religiously inspired activities. One remarkable feature of the school in Calgary is its dedication to supporting students with special educational needs and diverse challenges.
At Ahmadiyya Muslim School, we do not discriminate in terms of the needs of the learners, and we welcome all learners to our school community. As a result of which, we have students who come with needs that require specialized learning. For example, speech and language support is provided to those students that have speech and language difficulties. We have occupational therapists who provide support to those students who require gross motor supports. In addition to that, we also have school counselors that support the mental need and well-being of our students.
Preparing the students for the next stage in their learning is crucial to the success of the Ahmadiyya elementary schools. By instilling the students with confidence and conviction in their Islamic faith, they are more than ready for the challenges of high school.
So alhamdulillah, so far what we have seen is that our students are able to transition very well into the public school system. And we are fortunate enough for the graduated class to come back and conduct a workshop, especially for the students who are graduating every year. So considering we have already conducted 2 workshops for our graduating class, they were able to ask questions in a very free and open manner, and they were able to address any issues or any questions that they had in terms of transitioning into public school system. So alhamdulillah, our graduates are doing very well academically in public school. The concern develops where we are having a little bit of a social integration issues, which is mainly because of the different environment of the schools here at Ahmadiyya Elementary and public schools. The students, they have approached us and they've told us that sometimes they're approached by somebody who smokes or does drug, and they were kind enough to tell them how you're supposed to set your boundaries and how you're supposed to address these issues and what your response should be, so you steer away or stay clear from such situations.
Getting students to the finish line is not where it ends for the Ahmadiyya schools. The schools continue their work of enlightening the world around them by positively engaging with the local communities they serve. It was a long and difficult path to the establishment of these schools, but the result was worth every effort that was put into it. The schools continue to thrive and grow each year.
So my daughter transferred from public school to Ahmadiyya Elementary School after a few years, so she was in grade 5, I believe. And the transition was amazing. Like, she did not look back even from the first day. The camaraderie she was offered in that school was amazing. She blended right in. The support from the teacher came right away. We connected. The teachers were in touch with me and my daughter, and were able to identify areas and gaps where she needed to learn and excel at. The discipline that my daughter brought home with her younger siblings was amazing. And then Salat above all was one of the key area that really amazed me, and I'm grateful to Khuda Taala. It is a blessing in disguise, especially in these Western countries, right? And I think God has blessed Canada to have these schools in place that we have, but we need more. We definitely need more.
The journey of Ahmadiyya schools in Canada is a testament to our faith, resilience, and commitment to education. As we continue to grow, we carry forward the vision of our beloved Khalifa, striving for excellence in all spheres of life.
अपने इल्मी हालत को बेहतर करने की कोशिश करते रहें। ये कभी ख्याल न लाएं कि मेरा दीनी इल्म बहुत है और मैं हर बात का जवाब दे सकता हूँ। جہاں دنیاوی علم کو بڑھانے کی کوشش کریں وہاں دینی علم کو بھی بڑھاتے چلے جائیں. میں نے پہلے بھی کہا ہے یہ کوئی حد نہیں ہے دینی علم کے حاصل کرنے کی. علم حدیث میں آیا ہے کہ قبر تک حاصل کرتے چلے جاؤ. بس علم کو بڑھانے کی ہمیشہ کوشش کرتے رہنا چاہیے.
Alhamdulillah, the number of schools built by the Jamaat continues to expand each year. The students passing through these illustrious institutions strive for far greater goals than a mere diploma or certificate.
Ahmadiyya Elementary School is the best.
جو مرتے ہیں وہ زندہ ہو جاتے ہیں.
کیا ہے؟
جو مرتے ہیں وہ زندہ ہو جاتے ہیں. لیہا حضرت خلیفۃ المسیح صلی اللہ علیہ تعالیٰ کا یہ ینگ جنریشن کے لیے ایک نصیحت ہے اور میرا خیال ہے دس از ویری انٹرسٹنگ. حضور فرما رہے ہیں کہ وہ اپنے علم کو ان دلائل کے ساتھ پختہ بنائیں. حضرت مسیح موعود علیہ الصلوۃ والسلام کی کتب بالخصوص در سمین کو کثرت سے پڑھیں.
بہت اچھی نصیحت ہے. I think you should try and involve young Lajna and Zokibian as well.
مجھے لگ رہا ہے یہ نصیحت پڑھ کے تو I think ہمیں ایسے کرنا چاہیے. چلیں I'll get in touch with the Secretary امور طالبات.
اور یوں ذوق بیاں کی اس خاص قسط کی تیاری کا آغاز ہوا.
It was really good, but I'm pretty sure for the Noor you have to do a kasra, so it would be Noor-e-Jan.
زندگی بخش جامع احمد کیا ہی پیارا یہ نام احمد ہے نا؟ وہی ہے نا؟ اچھا.
انوشا اور وشما آپ کو پتہ ہے کہ میں نے ایک فارسی کا بھی شعر یاد کر لیا ہے.
Oh really? ہمیں تو اردو کے بھی یاد ہو اور آپ نے فارسی کے بھی کر لیا.
تکمیل کا مطلب ہوتا ہے فلفلمنٹ. انہوں نے اپنے سارے پلیجز فلفل کر دیے ہیں عشق کے لیے. اچھا تو پھر وہ بن گئے اسٹینڈرڈ آف لو.
پھر بھی مجھے لگتا ہے کہ ہم نے اب بہت بہتر کر لیا اور انشاءاللہ ہم لوگ جیتیں گے انشاءاللہ.
تیری الفت سے ہے معمور میرا ہر ذرہ اپنے سینے میں ایک شہر بسایا ہم نے.
السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. ناظرین، آج ہم جلسہ سالانہ کینیڈا کے موقع پر آپ کے پسندیدہ پروگرام ذوق بیاں کی ایک خاص قسط کے ساتھ پیش خدمت ہیں. اس سال جلسہ سالانہ کینیڈا کا موضوع ہمارے پیارے نبی حضرت صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم کی پاکیزہ حیات پر مبنی ہے. اسی کو مد نظر رکھتے ہوئے ہم حضرت نواب مبارکہ بیگم صاحبہ رضی اللہ تعالیٰ عنہا کے ان خوبصورت نعتیہ اشعار سے اپنی قسط کا آغاز کرتے ہیں. باخدا بے عدیل ہے احمد، شان رب جلیل ہے احمد، کیوں نہ پھر ہو جمال میں کامل جبکہ نور جمیل ہے احمد، خلق میں آپ ہے مثال اپنی، آپ اپنی دلیل ہے احمد. آج ہمارے ساتھ وہ دونوں ٹیمز موجود ہیں جو پچھلے 4 ہفتوں سے بہت دل جمی سے جو ہے وہ تیاری میں مشغول ہیں. تو آئیے ہم ان سے ملتے ہیں اور آج کے مقابلے کا آغاز کرتے ہیں. السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ. ٹیم 1 میں آج ہمارے ساتھ کون موجود ہیں؟
وعلیکم السلام. میرا نام سجیلا رانا ہے. میرا نام مناہل خلیل ہے.
اور میرا نام مناہل اوان ہے.
اور ٹیم 2 میں ہمارے ساتھ آج موجود ہیں؟
میرا نام وشما سعید ہے. میرا نام فاتحہ رحیم ہے. اور میرا نام انوشا منور ہے.
جزاک اللہ. آپ سب کو جو ہے وہ آج کی اسپیشل قسط میں ہم خوش آمدید کہتے ہیں. تو آپ لوگ تیار ہیں آج کے مقابلے کے لیے؟
جی
ٹھیک ہے. تو ایسے کرتے ہیں، ہم اپنے پہلے راؤنڈ کا آغاز کرتے ہیں جو کہ بیت بازی کا راؤنڈ ہوگا. اس راؤنڈ کے کچھ قواعد میں آپ کو بتاتی جاتی ہوں. آپ کو حرف دیا جائے گا جسے آپ نے شعر پڑھنا ہے اور 10 سیکنڈ کے اندر آپ نے اپنا جواب شروع کرنا ہوگا. ایک غلطی کے 2 پوائنٹس کٹیں گے، درست اور مکمل جواب کے 20 پوائنٹس ملیں گے. اور اس راؤنڈ میں آپ نے یاد رکھنا ہے کہ آپ لوگ شعر دہرا نہیں سکتے. ٹھیک ہے؟ سارے رولز جو ہیں وہ آپ کو کلیئر ہیں؟ ٹھیک ہے. اب ہم جو ہے وہ اپنے مقابلے کا آغاز کرتے ہیں. ٹیم 1 نون.
نور و جمیل نور دل و جاں میں بخش دے، اس کے کرم سے چاند سی طلعت نصیب ہو.
بے.
بادس خدا باعش کے محمد مخمرم کر کفر این باود با خدا سخت کافرم.
میم.
محبوبی اور رعنائی کرتی ہیں طواف اس کا، قدموں پہ نثار اس کے جمشیدی ادار آئے.
واو.
وہ دیکھتا ہے غیروں سے کیوں دل لگاتے ہو، جو کچھ بتوں میں پاتے ہو اس میں وہ کیا نہیں.
تے.
تیرا ہوں میں ہمیشہ جب تک کہ دم میں دم ہے، یہ روز کر مبارک سبحانہ میں یہ رانی.
الف.
ایک قطرہ اس کے فضل نے دریا بنا دیا، میں خاک تھا اسی نے ثریا بنا دیا.
جیم.
جو عشق میں کامل تھے ہوئے یار پہ قرباں، تکمیل ہوئی بن گئے معیار محبت.
دال.
دوستو ہرگز نہیں یہ ناچ اور گانے کے دن، مشرق و مغرب میں ہے دین کے پھیلانے کے دن.
سین.
سچ سچ کہو اگر نہ بنا تم سے کچھ جواب، پھر بھی یہ منہ جہاں کو دکھاؤ گے یا نہیں.
رے.
راستی کے سامنے کب جھوٹ پھلتا ہے بلا، قدر کیا پتھر کی لالے بے بہا کے سامنے.
جزاک اللہ. بہت ہی اچھا مقابلہ کیا آپ لوگوں نے. ہمارے 5 راؤنڈ مکمل ہو گئے ہیں، اور خاص طور پر فاتحہ آپ نے جو فارسی کا شعر پڑھا، اس سے حضرت مسیح موعود علیہ الصلوۃ والسلام کا جو عشق نبی صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم ہے اس کی عکاسی ہوتی ہے. اور چونکہ ہمارا سال جلسہ سالانہ کا موضوع بھی یہ ہے تو بہت ہی برموقع جو ہے وہ آپ نے شعر پڑھا. جزاک اللہ. اسی کے ساتھ اب ہم اپنے اسکور بورڈ کی طرف دیکھتے ہیں اور دیکھتے ہیں کہ ٹیم 1 نے اور ٹیم 2 نے کتنے پوائنٹس حاصل کیے. جی تو پہلے راؤنڈ کے اسکور بورڈ ہمارے پاس آ چکا ہے. ٹیم 1 آپ نے 100 پوائنٹس حاصل کیے ہیں اور ٹیم 2 آپ نے 98 پوائنٹس حاصل کیے ہیں. ایک شعر میں تھوڑی سی آپ سے غلطی ہو گئی، لیکن ماشاءاللہ دونوں ٹیموں نے جو ہے وہ بہت اچھا مقابلہ کیا. کیسا محسوس کر رہے ہیں؟ ایسی ہی ایکسپیکٹیشن تھی کہ راؤنڈ ایسا ہی جائے گا کہ اس سے بہتر ہو گیا، یا کچھ تھوڑا سا جو ہے وہ کسر رہتی ہے؟ بہتر. اچھا ماشاء اللہ.
کر سکتے ہیں اور بھی
انشاءاللہ دوسرے راؤنڈ میں جو ہے وہ بہتر کیجیے گا زیادہ. لیکن ماشاءاللہ سے بہت اچھے اشعار آپ لوگوں نے پڑھے. اسی کے ساتھ اب ہم اپنے کس کے دوسرے راؤنڈ کی طرف چلتے ہیں، جس کا نام ہے چیلنج راؤنڈ. اس راؤنڈ میں جیسے کہ ہم نے پہلے راؤنڈ میں آپ لوگوں کا بیت بازی کا اشعار کا نالج جو ہے وہ تھوڑا سا ٹیسٹ کر لیا. اس راؤنڈ میں ہم آپ کا جو ڈیپر نالج ہے نظموں کے بارے میں اس کو چیلنج کریں گے. تو اس راؤنڈ کے قواعد میں آپ لوگوں کو بتاتی ہوں. ہر ٹیم سے 3 سوال پوچھے جائیں گے. سوال مکمل ہونے کے بعد ہی آپ نے جواب شروع کرنا ہے. درست اور مکمل جواب کے 50 پوائنٹس ہوں گے، اور اگر جواب نامکمل ہے تو پوائنٹس کٹیں گے. اور زائد معلومات اگر آپ کسی بھی سوال کے ساتھ دیتے ہیں تو اس کے 5 بونس پوائنٹس آپ کو ملیں گے. ٹھیک ہے؟ تو یہ رولز جو تھے وہ کلیئر ہیں اس راؤنڈ کے آپ لوگوں کے لیے؟ ٹھیک ہے. اب ہم جو ہے وہ ٹیم 1 آپ سے شروع کرتے ہیں، اور آپ کا سوال ہے: حضرت مسیح موعود علیہ الصلوۃ والسلام نے اپنی ایک کتاب دافع البلا میں حضرت صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم کی محبت میں ایک نعت تحریر فرمائی. آپ اس نعت کا نام بتا سکتی ہیں؟
اس نعت کا نام ہے شان احمد عربی.
اور ہم 2 شعر سنانا چاہتے ہیں.
جی.
زندگی بخش جام احمد ہے، کیا ہی پیارا یہ نام احمد ہے، لاکھوں انبیاء مگر باخدا سب سے بڑھ کر مقام احمد ہے.
جزاک اللہ. آپ کا جواب بالکل درست ہے، اور ماشاءاللہ سے آپ نے بونس پوائنٹس بھی حاصل کر لی ہیں. ٹیم 2 مقابلہ سخت لگ رہا ہے کافی. تو آپ لوگوں کا پہلا سوال ہے: حضرت مسلح موعود رضی اللہ تعالیٰ عنہ کی ایک مشہور نظم نونہالان جماعت، جسے ہم سب بھی واقف ہیں، میں آپ رضی اللہ تعالیٰ عنہ نے نوجوان نسل کو بہت سے نصائح فرمائے ہیں. آپ ان میں سے کوئی 5 نصائح بتا سکتے ہیں؟
جی. اس کے ہیں: نماز کی پابندی، ذکر الہی، تبلیغ، سستیاں کم کرنا، مالی قربانیاں.
جزاک اللہ. جزاک اللہ. آپ کے 5 نصائح جو ہیں وہ ہو گئے ہیں.
آپ شعر پڑھنا چاہے گی؟ ایک شعر اس نظم سے ہے: نونہالان جماعت مجھے کچھ کہنا ہے، پر ہے یہ شرط کہ ضائع میرا پیغام نہ ہو، دین خدمت کو ایک فضل الہی جانو، اس سے بدلے میں کبھی طالب انعام نہ ہو.
جزاک اللہ. ٹیم 2 آپ کا جواب درست تھا، لیکن بونس پوائنٹس کے لیے آپ نے جو شعر پڑھا ہے اس میں تھوڑی سی غلطی تھی، لیکن بہت اچھی کوشش تھی آپ کی. ٹیم 1 آپ کے پاس ہم پھر سے آتے ہیں، اور آپ کا سوال ہے کہ حضرت خلیفۃ المسیح الرابع رحمہ اللہ تعالیٰ نے اپنی ایک نعت اے شاہ مکی و مدنی سید الورا کا پس منظر کلام طاہر میں تحریر فرمایا ہے. آپ اس پس منظر میں سے کچھ ہمیں بتا سکتی ہیں؟
ان کو ایک خواب آئی تھی جس میں ایک شخص بہت درد بھرے انداز میں حضرت محمد صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم کو شعر سنا رہے تھے، جو حضرت مسیح موعود علیہ السلام نے لکھا ہوا ہے. ان کو پورا یاد نہیں رہا، لیکن کچھ الفاظ یاد رہ گئے: او میرے والے مصطفیٰ. اور اس میں سے میں شعر بھی سنانا چاہتی ہوں. اے شاہ مکی و مدنی سید الورا، تجھ سا عزیز نہیں مجھے کوئی دوسرا، تجھ سا مجھے عزیز نہیں کوئی دوسرا، تیرا غلام در ہوں تیرا ہی اسیر عشق، تو میرا بھی حبیب ہے محبوب کبریا.
جزاک اللہ ٹیم ون. آپ کا جواب تو درست تھا لیکن تھوڑی سی اندر جو ہے وہ غلطی تھی. ناظرین، ہم حضرت مسیح موعود علیہ الصلوۃ والسلام اور آپ کے خلفاء کا کلام یا کوئی بھی تحریرات جب پڑھتے ہیں تو اس سے حضور صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم کا عشق اس طرح سے جو ہے وہ ٹپک رہا ہوتا ہے کہ پڑھنے والے کے دل پر ایک جو ہے وہ اس کا اثر ہوتا ہے اور ہمارے دل میں بھی ایک پیشن جو ہے وہ جاگتا ہے حضور صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم کی محبت میں. ہم اب اگلے سوال کی طرف بڑھتے ہیں. ٹیم 2، حضرت مسیح موعود علیہ الصلوۃ والسلام کا ایک شعر: ان نشانوں کو ذرا سوچو کہ کس کے کام ہیں، کیا ضرورت ہے کہ دکھلاؤ غضب دیوانہ وار. اس شعر میں حضرت مسیح موعود علیہ الصلوۃ والسلام نے کتنے خدائی نشانات کی تعداد بیان فرمائی جو اللہ تعالیٰ نے آپ کے حق میں ظاہر کیے؟
اس شعر میں 10 لاکھ نشان انہوں نے بیان فرمائے ہیں، اور اس میں سے کچھ ہیں کسوف و خسوف، طاعون اور زلزلہ.
ان میں سے ایک نشان جلسہ سلانہ بھی ہے جو ہم دیکھ رہے ہیں کہ ابھی جلسہ سلانہ کینیڈا ہو رہا ہے، تو یہ بھی ابھی اس نشان کی ہی اگزامپل ہے.
جزاک اللہ. بالکل وشما، آپ نے بالکل درست بات کی کہ کہاں سے قادیان کی بستی سے 75 لوگوں کے ساتھ جلسہ سلانہ کی جو ہے وہ آغاز ہوا تھا، اور آج دنیا کے کونے کونے میں ہر سال اتنے زیادہ جلسہ سلانہ ہوتے ہیں اور ہزاروں کی تعداد میں احمدی مسلمان اس میں شامل ہوتے ہیں. تو یہ بھی ایک اللہ تعالیٰ کا بہت بڑا نشان ہے جو انشاءاللہ رہتی دنیا تک جو ہے وہ جماعت میں قائم رہے گا. جزاک اللہ. ٹیم 2، آپ کا جواب بالکل درست تھا. ٹیم 1، آپ کا اگلا سوال ہے کہ سورہ فاتحہ کے متعلق حضرت مسیح موعود علیہ السلام نے ایک نظم تحریر فرمائی. آپ اس نظم کا نام بتا سکتے ہیں؟
اس نظم کا نام ہے ام الکتاب،
اور وہ کتاب اعجاز المسیح کے ٹائٹل پیج میں انہوں نے فرمائی تھی، اور میں کچھ اس کے شعر سنا سکتی ہوں.
جی.
اچھا. اے دوستو جو پڑھتے ہو ام الکتاب کو، اے دوستو جو پڑھتے ہو ام الکتاب کو، اب دیکھو میری آنکھوں سے اس آفتاب کو، پڑھو تو آئے سورہ فاتحہ کو پڑھ کے بار بار، پڑھو دعائیں فاتحہ کو پڑھ کے بار بار، سوچو دعائیں فاتحہ کو پڑھ کے بار بار، کرتی ہے یہ تمام حقیقت کو آشکار.
جزاک اللہ. آپ کا جواب بالکل درست ہے اور آپ نے تصحیح بھی کر لی اپنے بونس پوائنٹس کی. اب اس راؤنڈ کا آخری سوال ہے. ٹیم 2 تیار ہیں آپ لوگ؟ آپ کا سوال ہے کہ حضرت نواب مبارکہ بیگم صاحبہ رضی اللہ تعالیٰ عنہ نے حضرت صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم کے عورتوں پہ احسانات کے متعلق ایک مشہور نظم تحریر فرمائی تھی. اس نظم کا کوئی سا شعر سنائیں.
جی. رکھ پیش نظر وہ وقت بہن جب زندہ گاڑی جاتی تھی، گھر کی دیواریں روتی تھی جب دنیا میں تو آتی تھی، جب باپ کی چھوٹی غیرت کا خون جوش میں آنے لگتا تھا، جس طرح جنا ہے سانپ کوئی یوں ماں تیری گھبراتی تھی، گویا تو کنکر پتھر تھی، احساس نہ تھا جذبات نہ تھے، توہین وہ اپنی یاد تو کر ترکہ میں بانٹی جاتی تھی، وہ رحمت عالم آتا ہے تیرا حامی ہو جاتا ہے، تو بھی انسان کہلاتی ہے سب حق تیرے دلواتا ہے، ان ظلموں سے چھڑواتا ہے، بھیج درود اس محسن پر تو دن میں 100 بار، پاک محمد مصطفیٰ نبیوں کا سردار، صلی اللہ محمد وعلی محمد.
جزاک اللہ. ماشاء اللہ سے فاتحہ نے تو تقریباً ساری نظم ہی جو ہے وہ نعت ہی جو ہے وہ یاد کر لی ہے، اور میرا خیال ہے کہ نعت ہم سب کے دل کے جو ہے وہ بہت قریب ہے، کیونکہ اس سے ہمیں اندازہ ہوتا ہے کہ کس طرح سے اللہ تعالیٰ نے حضور صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم کے ذریعے سے ہم عورتوں پہ ایسا احسان کیا، ہمیں اس طرح سے امپاور کیا اور اتنے زیادہ ہمیں حقوق دیے جس کے لیے آج کل باہر کی دنیا کی عورتیں آج تک لڑ رہی ہیں، لیکن الحمدللہ ہمیں جو ہے وہ 1500 سال پہلے یہ سارے حقوق اللہ تعالیٰ نے دے دیے تھے. جزاک اللہ. اسی کے ساتھ ہم اس راؤنڈ کا اختتام کرتے ہیں. مزہ تو بہت آ رہا تھا، دل نہیں کر رہا، لیکن ہمارے سوال جو ہے وہ مکمل ہو چکے ہیں، اور اب ہم اس راؤنڈ کے جو ہے وہ ریزلٹس کی طرف جاتے ہیں. دیکھتے ہیں اب دونوں ٹیموں نے کتنے پوائنٹ سکور کیے ہیں. راؤنڈ 2 یعنی چیلنج راؤنڈ کا اسکور بورڈ بھی جو ہے وہ ہمارے پاس آ چکا ہے، اور ٹیم 1 آپ نے 162 پوائنٹس حاصل کیے ہیں ماشاءاللہ سے، اور ٹیم 2 آپ نے بھی 162 پوائنٹس حاصل کیے ہیں. بارک اللہ لکم. माशाल्लाह से दोनों टीम्स जो हैं वो आपने बहुत अच्छा तरीके से जो है वो मुकाबला किया था, और बोनस पॉइंट्स के लिए माशाल्लाह से जो है वो इट वाज वेरी इम्प्रेसिव कि आप लोगों ने जो है वो बहुत अच्छी तैयारी की हुई थी। लेकिन चूँकि हमारे एपिसोड का आखिरी राउंड भी था, तो अब हम अपने जो टोटल पूरी एपिसोड का स्कोर है उसको भी देखते हैं कि कितने पॉइंट्स आप लोगों ने हासिल किए हैं। तो तैयार हैं फिर देखने के लिए कि आज की किस की फातेह टीम कौन है? लेकिन माशाल्लाह से आप दोनों ने ही जो है वो बहुत अच्छा मुकाबला किया है। तो हमारे जो आखिरी स्कोर बोर्ड है उसमें उसके मुताबिक टीम 1 आपने 262 पॉइंट्स हासिल किए हैं, और टीम 2 आपने 260 पॉइंट्स हासिल किए हैं। गो के स्कोर तकरीबन एक जितने ही हैं, लेकिन हमारे स्कोर बोर्ड के मुताबिक टीम 1 ने जो है वो आज की किस जीत ली है। बहुत मुबारक हो आप लोगों को, बारकल्लाहु लकुम। और टीम 2 आप लोगों को भी बहुत मुबारक हो, क्योंकि आप लोगों ने जिस तरह से इस चैलेंज को जो है वो लिया और इसकी तैयारी की कुछ हफ्तों के अंदर, जबकि पहले आप लोगों ने बैतबाजी में कभी हिस्सा नहीं लिया इस तरह से, तो माशाल्लाह से आप दोनों टीमों की बहुत अच्छी एफर्ट थी। जाने से पहले जो है वो मैं आप लोगों से पूछना चाहती हूँ कि जैसे आप लोगों ने जब ये चैलेंज एक्सेप्ट किया था, फिर इसकी तैयारी की और आज किस में शामिल हुए, तो आपका जो सफ़र था, आपकी जर्नी थी, वो कैसी थी टीम 1?
जी, हमने बिल्कुल ज़ीरो से शुरू किया था, और हमारी परफॉर्मेंस गवाही देती है कि अगर कोई दिल लगा के उर्दू सीखने की कोशिश करे, वो हमारी तरह कोई बैतबाजी कंपटीशन में भी जीत सकते हैं।
और मैं भी कहना चाहती हूँ, प्लीज़ उर्दू से मत डरें, आप कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है। हम अगर अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बढ़ाएंगे तो हम हज़रत मसीह मौद अलैहिस्सलाम और बाकी खलीफा की बुक भी पढ़ सकते हैं, समझ सकते हैं उनकी अपनी ज़ुबान में।
जी
वही सेम बात मैं करना चाहती हूँ कि उर्दू बहुत मुश्किल लगती है जब हमें नहीं आती, लेकिन हमने कोशिश की है और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमसे बड़ी अच्छी तरह से तैयारी हुई है,
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। और टीम 2?
मैं भी यही कहना चाह रही थी कि यूजुअली हमें डर रोकता है, तो जैसे मैं नाहिल ने कहा था कि डरने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि कुछ ज़्यादा मुश्किल भी नहीं है, ज़्यादा रॉकेट साइंस की तरह नहीं है, तो इसलिए ज़्यादा डरने की नहीं ज़रूरत, क्योंकि वो चीज़ हमें रोकती है।
जी, आई वुड एग्री विद व्हाट एवरीवन हैज़ सेड, लेकिन मैं ये भी ऐड करूँगी कि अमूमन रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में बहुत कम टाइम मिलता है कि हम लिटरेचर या शायरी के ऊपर सोचें और उसको डिस्कस करें। तो इट वाज अ रियली गुड एक्सपीरियंस एज अ बॉन्डिंग एक्सपीरियंस विद माय मदर। तो उनके साथ बैठ के बहुत मुझे मौका मिला गुफ्तगू करने का बहुत शायरी, सो आई रियली एंजॉयड दैट।
मैं भी फातेह के साथ एग्री करूँगी कि यूजुअली उर्दू से एक डिस्कनेक्ट फील हो जाता है, पर इस तरह इसकी तैयारी करके वो दोबारा से कनेक्शन फील हुआ है और बहुत ही अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है।
जज़ाकल्लाह माशाल्लाह से। और वो आप लोगों की जो तैयारी और आपका जो आपने एंजॉय किया वो नज़र आ रहा है। इन्हीं खूबसूरत जज्बात के साथ हम आज की किस्त का इख्तिताम करते हैं, इस उम्मीद पर कि आप सब ने और ख़ास तौर पर हमारी नौजवान नस्ल ने इस किस्त को बहुत एंजॉय किया होगा। और आप लोगों से भी ये पूछना चाहते हैं कि क्या आज की किस्त देखकर और हमारी टीम्स के तासुरात और जज्बात देखकर आपका भी दिल किया कि आप उर्दू ज़बान को सीखें या बैतबाजी में हिस्सा लें? हमें हमारे सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पर ज़रूर बताइएगा। और जाने से पहले हम आपको बताते जाएं कि आपकी पुरज़ोर ख्वाहिश पर ज़ौक़े बयां का तीसरा सीज़न इंशाल्लाह जल्द आपकी स्क्रीन्स पर आ रहा है। MTA कनाडा की जानिब से अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू।
छू के दामन तेरा हर दाम से मिलती है निजात, लाजरम दर पे तेरे सर को झुकाया हमने।
स्लाइड्स पढ़िए ना, ये आपने पढ़नी है, ठीक है? मॉन्ट्रियल के फ्रांसीसी माहौल से कैलगरी के दिलकश नज़ारे, पहाड़ों में सिमटे वैनकूवर से सैस्कटून की बहारें, हम जल्द आ रहे हैं आपके शहर को बारौनक बनाने।
अपने सीने में एक शहर बसाया हम